Right, so first of all, we notice that it says here unable to connect localhost. The reason for that is because we haven't activated the web server. To do that, you click on Start, All Programs, and there it is, WAMP server. Start the WAMP server, yes. And we can see it here being activating. It's now amber, and it will go green very shortly. Okay, we notice a little problem. It's amber, and it's not going green. It's still server off. Now the reason for that, you might have noticed that I have here Skype. If you've got Skype, sometimes it conflicts with the server. So what you need to do is you need to put on the server first, then load Skype. Otherwise, you're going to have a problem. Now you're welcome to add me on Skype if you like. My Skype is very simply Yumacom1. So you can add me on there and then you can ask me any questions if you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to close down Skype and then activate the server again. Once we've closed Skype, it now should go green. Okay, so that problem is solved now. Let's get into coding. Right, we see here that we've got both screens. I'm just going to refresh the localhost. As you can see, we're now back in the server again. Let's get going with this. We're going to start a new project. So to do that, we've got either to go through File, a new project, or we just click on this. It's going to be a PHP application. Now we're going to call the PHP application, let's call it M function example. And what we're going to do is, by default, is putting it inside the Netbeans project folder like before, and we're going to put it in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create a folder and call it project 3. I'm going to close all the unnecessary projects that we might have open. So I'm going to close this one by selecting it and then go in File and then close project. That closes this. I'm gonna leave this one open because I'm gonna copy some of the basics that we had here across. But to create a PHP file, just a little refresher, we'll right click on source file and we say new PHP file, call it index. Right, it gives us the basic structure of the HTML. Like before, I'm gonna add the LiveJS. To do that, what I need to do is I need to create a JavaScript folder. You don't have to, but you'll be more organized if you do. So I'll do that by clicking new folder, call that JavaScript. That JavaScript is empty. I could copy over the LiveJS in a few different ways, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to copy the file and make a duplicate copy of the file and then put it in a different folder. Now to do that, you click on right click on the mouse and click copy and then go to JS up here, highlight it and then right click again and click paste, and here you go, we've got a duplicate copy of LiveJS now installed in this folder. Next, what we need to do is we need to copy that little basic code that we did before to enable us to do a live refresh on the browser. Now to do that, you just highlight the code that you require and just right click, copy, go back into here again, and now what we need to do, we need to insert a section, perhaps up here, and I'll make a little comment, a multiple line comment, force refresh for LiveJS. I'll just put the code here. Now the code wouldn't work straight away because this is actually PHP. So what we need to do, we need to not forget to put the PHP tags, which is less than question mark PHP, and we also need to close the tags. Now this code is optional. If you want to go to the browser every time you make any change in your PHP file and then refresh manually, you could do so. However, I prefer to write the code here and see it refresh real time. So that's why I'm adding this every time, and it's good practice as well. Since when you're in development mode, it's always good to use LiveJS in my view, and then move into production, you just take it out. Okay, so let's get coding.